Hello everyone, you are welcome to my YouTube channel MJV e-learning. My dear children, you know that tense is one of the most important part in English language. We have already discussed the definition of tense, the three types of tenses, and also learned that the three types of tenses can also be classified into four categories. They are indefinite, continuous, perfect, and perfect continuous. To know about these, please go to the description link given below. My dear children, the past is very important. It's where we were all from. We need to use past tense to describe most of our personal experiences as well as things that have happened to other people. Like present tense, past tense can also be classified into four categories. They are simple past tense, past continuous tense, past perfect tense, and past perfect continuous tense. Understanding these tenses and uses can really help you with academic reading, listening, speaking, and writing. Today, we are going to talk about the simple past tense, past continuous tense, past perfect tense, and past perfect continuous tense, and its uses with particular structures and examples. Let's begin our class now. Simple past tense. I am going to talk about simple past tense with some examples. Example 1. Raju went to Jorhat yesterday. Example 2. He came back home recently. Here, the underlined words are verbs and they are in the past tense. They tell us about actions that took place at some time in the past. Another example, he usually went for swimming every Sunday when he was at school. Here, the underlined word went is the verb and it is in the past tense. It tells us about the past habitual action. Remember that to show some past habitual actions, we can also use used to in simple past tense. As for example, I used to play football after school. Now it is clear that the simple past tense tells us about actions which took place at some time in the past, or also talks about some past habitual actions. Some particular words are generally used in the sentences of simple past tense. They are yesterday, recently, ago, last Sunday, last week, last year, etc. To form a sentence in simple past tense, we should follow a particular structure, and that is subject plus main verb in past tense plus extension. Now it is clear that we always use the past tense form of the original verb in simple past tense. In the examples, Raju went to Jorhat yesterday. Here, Raju it is subject and went it is main verb. We use the past tense form of the original verb go. And the past tense form of the original verb go is went, plus the remaining part of the sentence, it is extension. Example 2. He came back home recently. Here, subject he. Main verb came, and it is the past tense form of the verb come. because we always use the past tense form of the original verb in simple past tense. Then the remaining part of the sentence is extension. In this way, we can easily form a sentence in simple past tense following the given structure. So, my dear students, to form a sentence in simple past tense, you should always try to apply the particular structure. Then you can easily construct a sentence in simple past tense. গতিকে ছাত্ৰ-ছাত্ৰীসকল অতীতৰ কোনো কাম বা ঘটনাৰ বিষয়ে বুজাবলৈ আমি সিম্পল পাষ্ট টেন্স ব্যৱহাৰ কৰোঁ আৰু সিম্পল পাষ্ট টেন্সৰ বাক্যত সদায় সাবজেক্টৰ পিছত বহা মেইন ভাৰ্বটো পাষ্ট টেন্সত লিখিব লাগে আৰু এই সিম্পল পাষ্ট টেন্সৰ বাক্যত সাধাৰণতে কিছুমান শব্দ ব্যৱহাৰ হয় যেনেকৈ yesterday, recently, ago, last week, etc. So, to show the action that took place at some time in the past, simple past tense is used. Let's talk about past continuous tense. The past continuous tense always describes an action that was in progress or going on when another action took place at some point in the past. Some particular words are generally used in the sentences of past continuous tense, and they are when, while, as, at that time, etc. We have a particular structure to form a sentence in past continuous tense, and the structure is subject plus past tense form of to be, that is was or were, plus ing form of the original verb, that is also called main verb, plus extension. Extension means the remaining part of the sentence. But remember that we always write was with any singular subject. As for example, I, he, she, it, etc. Again, we write were with any plural subject. As for example, you, we, they, etc. Let's come to the example. The first example is, I was washing my car when the accident happened. Here, the words in bold are the verbs and they are in past continuous tense. And in this example, I, it is subject, was past tense form of to be, plus washing, it is the ing form of the original verb was, and the remaining part of the sentence is extension. In this example, the past continuous tense was washing expresses an action that was in progress or going on when something else happened or took place, that is, the accident happened. Next example, they were watching TV when the lights went out. They were watching TV when the lights went out. Here, the past continuous tense were watching expresses an action that was in progress when something else happened. The lights went out. In this way, the past continuous tense always tells us about actions that were going on at some time in the past. মৰমৰ ছাত্ৰ-ছাত্ৰীসকল, অতীতত কোনো এটা কাম হৈ আছিল বা চলি আছিল বুজাবলৈ সাধাৰণতে past continuous tense ব্যৱহাৰ হয় আৰু এই past continuous tenseৰ বাক্যত কিছুমান শব্দ যোগ হৈ থাকে যেনেদৰে while, when ইত্যাদি আৰু এই past continuous tenseত বাক্য লিখোঁতে তোমালোকে সদায় সাবজেক্টৰ পিছত was বা were বহাবা তাৰ পিছত ing form ব্যৱহাৰ কৰিবা মেইন ভাৰ্বৰ আইএনজি ফৰ্ম তোমালোকে ব্যৱহাৰ কৰিবা তেতিয়া এটা বাক্য অতি সহজে আমি past continuous tenseত লিখিব বা বনাব পাৰিম here the sentences are in past continuous tense the first sentence is I was washing my car when the accident happened and the another example is they were watching TV when the lights went out এই দুইটা বাক্যতে অতীতত কোনোটা কাম হৈ আছিল বা চলি আছিল বুজাইছে প্ৰথম বাক্যটোত গাড়ী ধুই থকা বুজাইছে আৰু দ্বিতীয় বাক্যটোৱে অতীতৰ এটা সময়ত টিভি চাই থকা বুজাইছে so to show the action that was going on at some time in the past continuous tense is used my dear children we have already talked about the simple past tense and past continuous tense now we are going to learn about past perfect tense the past perfect tense always describes the action situation or activity that had happened before another action took place in the past in other words past perfect tense can also be used to show that something had happened before a specific time in the past. Now it is clear that the past perfect tense is used to show the action that had happened before another action in the past. To form the past perfect tense, we always use the past tense of the verb to have and which is had and add it to the past participle form of the original verb. In other words, we have a particular structure to form a sentence in past perfect tense and the structure is subject plus had. It is the past tense form of the verb to have plus past participle form of the main verb plus extension. Now we are going to learn about the uses of past perfect tense with some examples. Example 1. I had completed the homework before he came. Here, I, it is subject, had, it is the past tense form of the verb to have, and completed, it is the past participle form of the original verb complete, plus the remaining part of the sentence is the extension. In this example, the past perfect tense had completed describes an action that had happened before another action took place in the past and that is he came. Example 2. The train had left the station before I reached there. Here, the past perfect tense had left describes an action that had happened before another action took place in the past and that is I reached there. So, the past perfect tense is used to show the action that had happened before another action took place in the past. More ছাত্ৰ ছাত্ৰীসকল অতীত কালৰ দুটা কামৰ ভিতৰত যেটো কাম আগতে সম্পাদন হল যেটো কাম আগতে সম্পূৰ্ণ হল হে আগতে হোৱা কামটো বুজাবলৈ সদায় past perfect tense ব্যৱহাৰ হয় মনত ৰাখিবা past perfect tenseত যেতিয়া আমি এটা বাক্য লিখিম subjectৰ পিছত have verbৰ past tense form had had ব্যৱহাৰ কৰিম আৰু তাৰ পিছতে যেটো তাত মেইন verb থাকিব মেইন verbৰ আমি সদায় past participle form ব্যৱহাৰ কৰিম আৰু পিছত যেটো কাম হ'ব বা হৈছিল হে পিছত হোৱা কামটো সদায় simple past tenseত লিখা হয় ওপৰৰ উদাহৰণ কিতাত আমি দেখিছো যে প্ৰথম I had completed the homework before he came ইয়াতে homework complete কৰা কামটো আগত হৈছে আৰু তাৰ পিছত he came অৰ্থাৎ he অহা কামটো হৈছে গতিকে আগত হোৱা কামটো আমি past perfect tenseত লিখিছো I had completed the homework. That means এই কামটো আগতে হৈছে, হোমৱৰ্ক সম্পূৰ্ণ কৰা কামটো আগত হৈছে আৰু পিছত তেখেত অহা কামটো হৈছে. দ্বিতীয় এক্সাম্পলটোত দ্য ট্ৰেইন হেড লেফ্ট দ্য ষ্টেচন, ট্ৰেইনখন আগতেই ষ্টেচন এৰিলে. বিফৰ আই ৰিচ দেয়াৰ, মই তাত গৈ পোৱাৰ আগতেই ট্ৰেইনখনে ষ্টেচন এৰিলে. গতিকে ট্ৰেইনখনে ষ্টেচন এৰা কামটো প্ৰথমতে হৈছে, তাৰপিছতহে মই তাত গৈ উপস্থিত হৈছোঁগৈ. গতিকে প্ৰথমতে শেষ হোৱা বা প্ৰথমতে হৈ যোৱা কামটো বুজাবলৈ আমি পাষ্ট পাৰফেক্ট টেন্স ব্যৱহাৰ কৰিছোঁ. ৰিমেম্বাৰ ডেট টু পাৰ্টিকুলাৰ ৱৰ্ডছ আৰ জেনেৰেলি ইউজড ইন দ্য চেণ্টেন্সেছ অফ পাষ্ট পাৰফেক্ট টেন্স এণ্ড দে আৰ বিফৰ এণ্ড আফটাৰ. And these words are generally used in the sentences of past perfect tense. My dear children, now we are going to learn about past perfect continuous tense. Past perfect progressive tense or past perfect continuous tense is used to describe an ongoing action that started in past and continued for some time in past. In other words, it expresses continued nature of an action that started and stopped at some point in the past. Two specific words are generally used in the sentences of past perfect continuous tense, and they are since and for. Now let's talk about the structure of the sentence in past perfect continuous tense. And the structure is subject plus had plus been plus ing form of the original verb plus extension with time reference. As for example, she had been watching the movie for 2 hours. Here, had been watching, it expresses the ongoing action that started in past and continued for some time in past. So, had been watching, it is the past perfect continuous tense. Next example, she had been studying in that university since 2008. Here, had been studying, it is the past perfect continuous tense. মৰমৰ ছাত্ৰ ছাত্ৰীসকল, অতীতৰ কোনো এটা কামৰ আগলৈকে অন্য কোনো এটা কাম চলি আছিল বুজাবলৈ পাষ্ট পাৰফেক্ট কণ্টিনিউৱাছ টেন্স ব্যৱহাৰ হয়. আৰু এই পাষ্ট পাৰফেক্ট কণ্টিনিউৱাছ টেন্সৰ বাক্যত সাধাৰণতে সিন্স আৰু ফৰ এই দুইটা শব্দৰ ভিতৰত যিকোনো এটা শব্দ যোগ হৈ থাকে. আৰু এই পাষ্ট পাৰফেক্ট কণ্টিনিউৱাছ টেন্সত বাক্য লিখিবলৈ যাওঁতে আমি সদায় প্ৰথমতে ছাবজেক্ট বহাম, তাৰপিছতে had bohuam, it is the past tense form of the verb to have. তাৰপিছতে আমি been শব্দটো বহুৱাম, it is the past participle form of the verb be. তাৰপিছতে আমি যিটো মেইন ভাৰ্বত আমি ing যোগ কৰিম. এইদৰেই past perfect continuous tenseত এটা বাক্য অতি সহজে বনাব পৰা যায়. So, past perfect continuous tense is used to describe an ongoing action that started in the past but it continued for some time in the past. So, dear students, we have already discussed the present tense and past tense with its specific forms. I will come back with a new video of future tense very soon. So, always keep watching and keep learning with MJB e-learning. Till then, goodbye and take care of yourself.